Welcome back to Comfy Chair Gaming. My name is Chris, and this is Icarus on Take a Look Tuesday. What is Icarus, Chris? I'm glad you asked. Icarus is a PvE survival game for up to 8 players. Explore a savage wilderness in the aftermath of terraforming gone wrong. Survive the open world, complete timed missions, or build your outpost. Explore, build, craft, and hunt while seeking your fortune and prospecting for exotic matter. This game was released on December 3rd, 2021, and is developed and published by Rocketworks. So I have about 200-something hours in this game, but that does not mean that I know what the hell I'm doing, because, to be honest, I still don't. There's a lot of stuff in this game that I have not checked out for various assorted reasons, but I'm just going to start a new character, and we're going to go through the very first mission or two. I'm going to build a quick little character, show you the fill stuff on that one, and then we're just going to jump into the first mission, maybe two, depending on what it is. I'm also going to show you the other things you can possibly do too. Right, we can do create character. I don't know if it's going to delete my last one. I hope not. So you can do masculine, feminine, whichever you want to do. Completely up to you. I don't know if there's a random button. I like random buttons. Those are fun for me. Let's do something a little different from my last character that I did. I maxed out my other character. The game currently goes to level 60 for your character. I don't know if it's gonna change eventually, but whoa. Yep, we'll do that guy. And we're just gonna do that one, and ooh, got some scars up in there. I think I missed those last time, or I just forgot about them. Been a while. Got some stubble. We'll give him some stubble. Sure. Face tattoo, because to be honest, that's all you can really see of them. Can't rotate this guy that I can tell. That's okay, though. Alright, let's just call him Dude. Hey, dude. And I think that's all we can really do for customization and stuff. So masculine, change the outfit, little voice A or B for male or female, change the head, scar, facial, tattoo, things of that nature. Cool. Confirm. Confirmed. Alright. So, in this one, you can do a new one, open world, mission, or outpost. You can load a previous one, or you can join some other ones. I haven't been able to do that yet, because I just haven't done it. This is all the currencies that are in the game. You have Ren, which is your main currency. You have exotics, purple, and red, and green. Oh, it's biomass. I don't know what that is yet. I don't think I've seen that. Oh, it's item introduced in Great Hunts, and that just came out a couple days ago, I believe. So I wouldn't know what that is anyways, because I haven't played. So click on 2. We have an open world, a persistent survival experience. Choose your drop point, build your base, battle enemies and the weather across the entire map as long as you can. I don't know if that's a permanent thing or whatever, but up in here you have this little guy right here. If you hover over it, so sample missions, we'll get on those in a minute. We have no missions at all available. This is just a build thing. You have operations, exotics, and the Great Hunt stuff. So all those are available in just the open world. The sample missions, which I believe you have in here also. Actually, I'm really not sure what those are. We'll come back to those when I figure it out. So the missions obviously are these guys. I think the sample missions are the ones that you get from the sample device. I'll show that off in a minute. So we're going to go to missions because I don't really want to do an open world. Outposts, build risk-free in a small persistent map. Expect calm weather, fewer enemies, and regenerating resources, but an XP reduction. So if you just want to chill out and just build, that's for you. What we're going to do right now is the missions. Time-limited missions. Drop in fresh, complete contracts, mine exotic matter, unlock unique item blueprints, and earn Ren to buy blueprints or workshop items. Boom. So we have Olympus, Styx, and Prometheus. We have 3 different maps to choose from, each progressively getting a little bit harder. First cohort... So Olympus is the first cohort, ground zero, where fortunes are found and lives are lost. Earth-like terror zone centered on a mountainous Arctic region. That was a tongue-tied, sorry guys. Usually I can read a lot better than that. Styx, repealed red zone, ripe for the taking. Earth-like terror zone centered around large braided rivers teeming with wildlife. I kind of like Styx, it's pretty okay. And we have Prometheus. Previously accessible only to scientists, this perilous area and its wildlife has been warped by the violence of the terraforming process. I just recently started going to Prometheus on my last playthrough, or my last character. Yeah, it's pretty sweet there. But we are going to start off with Olympus. We're going to knock out this first one right here, this beachhead.
Welcome to Icarus, friend. UDA says we gotta drop you in a safe, well-mapped zone your first time down. They must have been thinking of some other planet. You'll see for yourself soon enough.
All right, so we have
There's
a
a ways to go before you head out hunting for exotics. Right now, it's about learning to survive on the surface. So head down, take a look around, then we'll talk.
That's Sol. I find him very annoying at the end of the day. So this is your mission briefing. You got your name, your objectives, just recon first zone or your forest zone. So you're basically just going to go down there and knock out this stuff. So your mission settings, you have easy. We're going to take, if you select this, you'll have a minus 50% on all of your rewards. So you're going to go to 13 Ren, which you really don't want to do because who wants to do that? But you're also going to have a minus percentage on all of this stuff down here. You can go to normal. All that stuff is just at regular for this first one. Nothing is really going to be too terrible for you on this one. I've done this one a couple times just to go through. Hard mode is the exact opposite of easy, where instead of losing 50%, you gain 50%, but then so does everything else in here. So everything else is health, damage, respawn, all that stuff goes up, but you get slightly a little bit more Ren. Hardcore mission, you can you get more rewards, but only in a hardcore mission. You are not able to self-revive. You have to have somebody come and grab you, so only I think that's only multiplayer type thing. Duration, you have 7 days to knock this thing out, like 7 real world days. you got time. Difficulties on a skull level as per usual for a lot of different games. 1 skull for this one, which is awesome. UDA mandated first drop for new prospectors. So this one is just like a very basic rundown of what you're going to be doing. To the background, UDA, that's the guys who hired you for this one. So UDA regulations require new Icarus arrivals to demonstrate basic survival skills in this region before accepting further contracts. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, prospectors are not expected to pursue specific objectives. Survival is deemed fulfillment. So just basically live long enough to knock this stuff out, and that's it. Terms, contractors will be provided with a functioning envirosuit and basic crafting information. They will be otherwise unassisted. No further tasking will occur until basic competency is attained. Alright, so I did back out, and I do have my dude guy that I just created. He is the one that we are running this with. So, I'm not going to take any of this stuff this first time out. This is all stuff that I have unlocked using exotics and Ren for my previous character. This is all the stuff that I have in my loadouts category. I have a bow, a knife, a pickaxe, an axe, bunch of armor stuff and some drops. I love those things. Those are so nice. It took me way too long to unlock those, but we'll talk about those later. Maybe. So items on drop. So currently I have no items on drop, which means I have not gone out on a mission, dropped things, and then left them on the planet. You can do that, and it sucks. But this is why you have the insurance. Insure items against loss. Insured items can be reclaimed after 5 days from prospects if they are not returned on the drop shift beforehand. So insurance, you can do that, but you're going to be taking a hit of 30%, which means can only get it at 13. That sucks. I would like a little more than that. So if you have this one, let's say I wanted to do, let's just say we'll grab this guy. Boom, plop that over there. This Gigo or Xgo or whatever it is, Hark S5 Envirosuit has plus 10 physical resistance, plus 2 module slots, 1 oxygen, 1 water slot, and minus 5% threat while stealth. Actually, I don't like that one. I like this one better. This one has plus 5% physical resistance, but you have a water slot, a food slot, and an oxygen slot in your thing. So that's fine. I'm going to grab this one because I don't know if I can actually do this without having one of those on there. Actually, clear that. We'll find out. You've been given a default protector suit. Equip a new suit by dragging and dropping here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do. Last thing before you head out, you're gonna claim this prospect and host a session. Lobby settings, privacy. You can do Steam type only or Steam friends only or private. I'm just gonna do Steam friends only for this one. As far as I know, I don't think I have any friends that have this game anyway. So hit yes, and we're gonna load, and then we'll drop in. So you're inside of your dropship, and you can look around and see all the things flopping and bopping around. If you hit the C button, you get to look at your dude. Confirmed. We do have our dude guy as our character right now. Looking at the window right here, you can see the outside world. It was all flames and stuff as you went through the atmosphere. Now it's just like all blue sky and trees and things as you're coming in. All right.
Welcome to Icarus, friend. Looks like your first time down here. Call me Soul. Looks like paradise. But don't be fooled. The air's poison, wildlife's out to kill you, and the weather's like nothing you've ever seen. You'll need to make yourself some shelter soon enough. But you know what you're doing, right? That's why you came all the way out here and dropped with nothing. 'Cause you could. Well, UDA wants you to show you understand the basics before they send you anywhere really dangerous. So get acquainted, then head back up when you're ready. Best of luck, friend. Stay safe.
Alright, so now that he's done talking. So during the very first time you play this game, I do believe he will talk you through certain things. You have to find the oxite and other things of that nature. Hitting tab will bring you into your inventory, but let me back out real quick and get a little closer to my dropship so I can see if anything comes and tries to jump me. Shouldn't in this one, but you get the idea. It's a game. They still do it. Okay, so top left, we have our beachhead mission, all of our objectives and things for that one. Bottom left, we have our health. That's the line with the plus, obviously. Heat and cold meters, oxygen, food, and water. Hotbar stuff is on the bottom. Bottom middle, bottom right, we have our fists or whatever we're going to have or equipped at the time. Very top right, we have the environmental temperature. And underneath that, we have our biome that we're in, the time. And I believe that the revision or reversion or whatever the hell that is under it says Great Hunts. That's the whatever. The Icarus 3-day forecast. I'm not really sure how to read that, to be completely straight up with you, because you can get nailed by weather events at any time in this game. So the whole green and yellow and red and stuff like that, I don't know if that actually means anything. And in the top middle, we have our compass of where we're headed, direction and stuff. And stamina bar shows up in the middle. F is your default to harvest things, pick things up, not E like most games. Alright, so our inventory, we have it wide open right here. So we have all of the stuff in our inventory. We have our oxygen, food, and water, and virus suit. This is the one that we came with on by default. So that is that guy right there. This is your armor, where it would go. Backpack slot is right there. All of your stats that can be expanded on. Wow, there's a lot. And wow, there's a ton of a lot. Jesus! You little punk. So it did not attack me. It actually hit that tree. And then the tree hit me. So this is berry bush. We're going to need the food eventually anyways. I'm going to grab a couple more resources before I start building other things. Give me just a second. Alright, so I'm going to go into crafting. Right now we have available our stone pickaxe. Click it one time. Actually, double click, right? Click it one time, hit craft, boom. Stone axe right there. Hit that one, boom. Tech tree, since this is a very new... Gather sticks. Okay, so up on in the middle left, or the very top left, you have your XP and all that stuff too. I forgot to mention that because I don't think it was on there when I went through the UI. Alright, so now that we're done with the crafting part, very, very quick little look on that one. My favorite thing on any UI is having your scroll wheel that you can go between weapons and stuff and whatever's on your tool belt. I love that. That is my absolute favorite thing ever in any game. It just makes things so much easier for people like me who can't really like...
Good work, Freshfoot. With new skills come new possibilities. What you do with that knowledge, well, that's up to you. No point picking up a hammer if you don't know what you're making. Before you build, you gotta learn how.
What he said. Alright. So, one quick thing that I really should stop messing around, because I usually have all this stuff already figured out from my last playthrough, my last character. Oxite is key to survival. So oxite is this beautiful blue right here. Get a good look at it. Look at her. Gorgeous. So this, I'm gonna hack through all this, collect all this stuff, and then we're gonna put it in our Envirus suit. As far as I know, all Envirus suits, I think, have a slot to put oxite. I think. I'm not really sure. So we're going to find our oxide, go back into our inventory. We're going to drag it into our O2 right here. So now we have 29 units of oxide inside of our dude guy. So here up here, got our dude guy. He's level 1. This is how much we need to get our next level up. We have 4 points available right now. Anything with the check mark obviously is something that you've already picked up. Anything without the check mark is something that you have available to you. Anything that's grayed out with a number is obviously the level you need to be, or a lock, it means it's just you don't have the opportunity to get to it because you haven't unlocked the prerequisite things, such as the bedroll. You gotta undo the campfire first, so let's do that right now. Bam! All one breath, thank you. So now the bedroll is available, and there's a lot of that throughout this whole thing. So we are gonna do the bandage too. And as of right now, that is all I'm really gonna unlock. I'm gonna get the bone knife, because I like the knife. Not only is it a weapon, it also helps you get a lot more stuff. And we like stuff. Scrolling over to here, I like the bone armor too, just to start off with. But I have found, not really gonna need that on this one. Alright, also, you have talents and solo talents, or solo perks. The talents are going to be always active whether you're playing by yourself or with other people. The solo, however, it says right here, this talent tree only functions when you're playing by yourself. You are playing in solo, you'll have all these available to you as long as you've unlocked them. If you are playing with other people, no go. They turn off. So you're not going to have that as a beneficial thing. So you can go through all these if you feel like it. You got the lumber yield, so you can pick up 5% more. 5% more from foraging. Your rock star, 5 more miner. I like to have an increased inventory weight, so I have 1 point available on this one. And you can go to survival, adventure, habitation, and combat. I also like doing things through combat because I like throwing a beating here. So I'm not going to touch this stuff at the moment. But that one, I'm going to do the wooden bow. That's going to be my 4th point. We're going to go to crafting. Boom da ba. Boom da ba. And I don't have any arrows. Do I have to unlock arrows? Did I really? I did. So I need that one on the next one. That's fine. Come over here. Gonna grab our knife, which we don't really need at the moment. There's nothing for us to really do with it. Yeah, you can run away. Keep running. So the next time I get my point, I'm gonna put that into my arrows so I can unlock those. Make this a little bit easier to start harvesting things, because eating berries all day is fun and fine and dandy, but who wants to just live off that stuff? Ooh, meat. Meat, baby. So my water is also looking not good. So what I like to do is bring up the map. So all of this is unlocked because I believe it's because I have unlocked it with my previous character. So I'm going to run down to some water down here. I'm going to put a quick little double click there to put that where it is. And now it's showing up on my HUD. So let's run down there, get ourselves a little bit of... Oh, there's a deer. Ooh, yeah. So you have random things in here too. You have like pumpkins and other various and random assorted vegetables and fruits you can pick up. You got tomatoes in certain biomes. This is soybeans, I believe. Yes, that was soybeans. You put those in the fire, cook them. That way you can do all their other such too. You can use it for crafting eventually. Number one thing you want to keep your eye on though, on the bottom left, is your oxide. Especially in the beginning of the game, it kind of goes pretty quick for you. So berry bush. Come into our inventory. Gonna right click on that. You can either consume 1, which does like basically nothing, or you can do a stack, which puts it up just a little bit. You'll eat whatever's in your inventory, but you can also see what it did. Put us up a little bit on water and food. Most things don't do that. Most things will do just food. Most things. Watermelon though, ooh, that's like one of my favorite things to find early game, because that does both, and it gives you a quick little boost on the bottom. Speaking of boosts on the bottom, so out of all this stuff too, your status effects. This is positive and negative status effects show up down here. You can have 3 food buffs active at one time. So raw food, basically I ate the berries when they were raw, so I'm going to get a very slight boost for that one. Consumes 1 space in your stomach, but it gives you plus 30 minute maximum health for like a minute or minute and a half or something. Next to that, we have our berries. Boost stamina for a short time. Consumes 1 space in your stomach, plus 50 maximum stamina, but it's also minus 10 water consumption, so that's awesome. I think, but I can't remember, but I think the watermelon actually does... I think it stays at 10 minutes because it was raw. For the oxides, you can also find it in this form right here, just on the ground. Pick it up, running through it. More berries. So we have our reed flower. That sound effect, I don't know if you heard it. That's a bad sign. So that sound effect, I don't know if you heard it. That was the sound of one of my food status effects going away. We need to very quickly come into crafting. Make ourselves... Uh-oh. So we have not good stuff coming in right now. That's not good. So we're going to run through here and we're going to try to pick up the stuff. Get as much things as we can done. Try to get myself my next point real fast because I don't think I have the ability to unlock the thatch yet. Just need a little bit more. There's level 2. Alright, cool. So we can do wood or we can do thatch. I'm going to do wood because I did thatch last time, but thatch falls apart way too fast in this weather. So I'm going to need a lot more wood and I'm going to need to very quickly build myself something because when that weather hits, it hits hard. If you look up in the very top right of the screen, you will see that we have the temperature, and then under that, where it was previously blank, we now have winds with a green little circle thing. It is yellow on that bar with a cloud and some red headed our way. When that red hits, that's when the storm gets really bad, and that's when it starts really damaging your stuff if it's not built to a high enough level. That is one thing I don't like, how things fall through the environment like that. That's kind of weird. I don't like that at all. In the bottom left, you can see next to my berries, I have that little 7% with the wind thing. That means that 7% I'm being I'm being affected by the weather. So I'm gonna grab just one of these, 3 of these, no, 4 of these. Sorry. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 of those, and a door. If I can. So inventory right here, bring it up in your inventory, right click, hit deploy. It's going to show you where it can go. Left click, boom, now it's in there. We don't have a lot of time left. Also, go to the crafting tree. I don't know if I unlocked my hammer. Hammer you're going to need to fix things after they break, or while they're breaking, I should say. So, okay, we have our doors. So I'm gonna do 1 here. I like the intuitiveness of this building thing. You just find find the part on the thing you want to connect it, find the arrow, it'll put it right there. To make a door, hold R, and this will come up your radial wheel of things you can make. I'm just gonna do a wood frame with a door in it right now. Do a right click on this guy so I have a roof. Right click here. And then boom, now we are safe in here for the time being. Looking up in the top right again, you can see that it's about to get pretty bad in here. It's about to go red. We are looking pretty low on our water, so I'm going to consume stack again. Berries didn't really do a whole lot for me, but that's okay on this one for the time being. So we have basic water purifiers. We have 2 of them. We have the basic water purifier that goes inside of a water source, like a lake, river, whatever, as long as it's deep enough, but you also have the basic rain purifier that you can put on the ground as long as you have it and it's raining. If it's raining, that's better. Obviously, it's not going to do that. That clicking and cracking you just heard was the red hitting, so things are going to start breaking. I'm pretty sure that had we done just thatch, since we have the red hitting right now, I think the lighter red to like yellow, I think that would have damaged the thatch housing also. So it's a good thing I started off with wood. Right now, everything has a durability, just like everything else. 1,000 out of 1,000. Had a large deer run by. While that's doing that, I don't hear anything actually breaking, so I'm going to hop over back into here. Really like an arrow, please. I wonder if I need to be a level 3 for that. Interesting. So since we are... I don't know if you saw the numbers that were just falling right there. Since we are not very close to... we are pretty close to trees. Trees can get blown down, fall onto your little shelter thing, cause a lot of damage and a lot of heartache. Nothing really happened on that one. So if you walk outside and you are not sheltered, we're fine. It's not good. Okay, so up in the very middle, underneath our compass, it says storm exposure. It's got a bar that's going up with no shelter. No shelter is obviously a bad thing. It was not a problem because I was in there, but now that we're not, we're good. I'm gonna come and just grab a bunch more stuff while the storm passes. The more you do things, the faster you level up, which is exactly what I need to do because I need to get this one going. Pick up all these stones. Gonna come over to crafting, make myself, maybe not. Once I get some more stones, switch to my pickaxe, smack on this again, get to 24 stones. That's how many you need to make yourself a campfire. Holy crap! It's ah! Campfire and boom. Shot that. Need to build myself a bedroll, but I have to unlock it first, I believe. Unless I did already. Nope, I did not. So I don't have any points available right now, so I have to, you know, again, make myself get some pointage up. So I'll be right back, or I'll be back when I get a little bit more points.
Before you start building, you need to hydrate. There's a lake down there. Go take a drink. Even a basic Enviro suit will filter out anything dangerous.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit, Saul. What the hell? Oh, it's a wolf. What ho? A foe. Ow. I don't know how he attacked me from way over there, but I guess that'll work. Yeah. Alright, so, I don't know if I mentioned that, but hey, there's a wolf here. So, can attack them, shoot them, stab them, whatever, as long as they get dead before you do, not gonna have too much of an issue. Grab your knife, hold F. Now you have what is on them. They have meat, bones, leather, and fur. So you can either control click, bring one over, or you can just hit F, or sorry, hit Q, take everything. Now, what took me forever and a month to figure out is you can harvest these bones. So boom. Yeah, I have 18 bones now, because now that I know I can actually, like, you know, do that. And I'll be honest, at first, I really thought that that was a bear attacking me. So, I'm gonna do stone arrow. I got 4 more points, two more points now. We have our basic water purifiers, we're good to go. Wooden shovel is gonna come in handy if you really wanna build yourself a way more significant base to build on. I'm gonna come into here. Actually, let me jump over here real fast. Ba-doop. Shut the door. Off I go. Open up this guy right here. We're gonna throw some wooden. Actually, I'm gonna throw sticks in here. I'm gonna throw that into here. Control click, get the meat in there, get that cooking. I'm gonna throw the soybeans in there, get them cooking also. I chose the sticks first because they burn down really fast and they give you charcoal pretty quick too. In order for me to make my water purifier, I need charcoal. I need 10 charcoal, and that's everything I need. So if you want to build something, it'll tell you what it is, what you need, and how much it'll store. I'm gonna build one of these guys, just in case I take another Scratchosaurus over here. I have 2 more points available. What do I want to do with these? You know what? The health recovery concoction is also a good one. So I do like to do this one because it gives you 100 health. So there's that. And we'll do that one because it wants me to. What other stuff do you want me to unlock? Okay. So we're going to grab the 13. Actually, I'm going for it to get 15. Cooked meat. Control click. So if you have the Enviro suit where it has a slot right here next to one of these, you can grab this guy and just put it in there, and it'll just kind of feed off of that and help you out that way. But if you don't, obviously you just gotta look after your own stuff. So I'm gonna grab all that right there, come back into crafting, and I'm gonna do one of these. Now this part, hi dear. Nope. Ooh, you are so lucky. So I can swim faster than him and take him out in the water. So sometimes this is pretty picky on where you gotta put it. So I'm just gonna left click again, because you can rotate it if you want to. And then hold to access, put the other charcoal in there because it needs the charcoal for fuel, so that it'll actually do its job and, you know, purify the water. One thing I did kind of forget to mention. So I mentioned that you have all these status effects down here. I have berries and meat in my inventory. The meat consumes 1 space in my stomach, plus 75 maximum health, plus 20 health regeneration. So the regeneration's not really going to be seen as anything, but this little bit right here is the 20% addition to my health in the bottom left over here. The fish will attack you sometimes. So right now we're at about 0.9, almost got about a liter in there. So I'm just going to hit F to drink.
Here in the Terra Zone, the water's pretty clean. Fish don't seem to mind it.
Sure, whatever you say, Chief. This guy right here is not going to hurt me. He isn't going to really... They don't normally swim early, so I'm not really sure. So hold F to access. Now, if I had more charcoal, I can put it in there, but I don't at the moment. Alright, unlock the wood rag torch, which I believe I did. Okay, I'm going to craft the wood torch. Can make about 3 or 4 arrows, 5 arrows, somewhere in there. Alright. Hunt, gather, and craft. Okay, so now that I have some arrows, find something around here to shoot at. I'm going to build my bedroll if I can, which I cannot. It's still 18 shy on that, so we're going to find ourselves an animal to invite over for dinner. Just heard a wolf. Wolves will be fine. Wolf meat's a little tough, but it'll do. It'll do. Also, looking in the bottom left, right now my oxite is still full, but I only have in my inventory, I think I have like 2 left. 3 left. Well, yeah, 2 left. So turning on my torch, gotta hit L. Can't really see it right now. But I'm gonna grab some of this oxite so I can top that off. This holds up to 50, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay. So my knife is about to break. Yeah, we got some wheat over here. Is that a watermelon you saw? Nope. Knife is about to break. I'll show you what happens after that one. So this is sulfur right here. That's a good thing to have. Over time, you'll kind of learn really quick what is a different rock from each other. We got carrots. Carrots work too. So we got a deer over here. He sees me. I'm gonna draw on him. And yeah, you get quick time events or whatever those are called, where they kind of like do that. That is kind of a good and a bad thing. It's kind of a good thing because it's cool, but it's kind of a bad thing because sometimes when they fall into a very like heavily wooded area and you really can't see them. And I've lost a lot of stuff that way. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so hold F again. Same thing with the wolf. Should break my knife. It did. Okay. So luckily I get my arrow back. Cool. I get 2. Get those back. And knife is broke. Hold tab, go in there, right click if you have the stuff. This takes 1 stone to repair, so we're gonna do that. And then I'm just gonna, it also takes stamina to do that as well too, so keep that in mind. Harvest this up, get some extra bones. I like bones. Bones are good. And we're gonna keep hunting because we haven't got enough hide and stuff to make our bed yet. Oh, there we are. Sorry, Chief. Hate to hurt your party here, but I require you. Parts of you. Alright, I'm just gonna take everything, Q button, boom, gets my arrow back, gets all that stuff. Boom, bam, bam, bam. Broke my knife again. That's how awesome these things are. So you can, in the tech tree, where are ya? Maybe not in this. Ah, there it is. I gotta be level 5. I like the bone knife. It does a lot more damage, gets a lot more resources for you, and, well, it's just easier to use. But you gotta be level 5 to unlock that, and we're level 4. So, what else is next? So we have 4 different tiers of stuff we can unlock, and there is a ton of stuff to unlock. There's a lot of stuff. There are videos that out there that, I can't remember who did one. Somebody did a video where they went through every single one of these for every single tier. Whoa. That's... Alrighty then. So yeah. All the way down. Cool, so yeah, there's a ton of stuff you can unlock in here. Ton of talent points, ton of other things you can do too. So I'm gonna do So Swift Stab, increased melee attack speed plus 5%. We're going to do that one on that one. Just going to keep opening up stuff for you till you get all the way down. I'm going to come over here into survival. There is one of them. So filling meals, eating refills hunger bore more rapidly. Slow food decay in your inventory. I like that one. Click that one. What is gonna... Okay. So things are very, very easily startled in this game, depending on your like equipment and skills and things too. So, but they're also pretty stupid. Most of the time they come right back the way that they ran. So if they run away from you, just crouch down for a second. Sometimes they're gonna come right back to you. So, just chill out, bro. Just hang out. So not every kill that you have, as you can see, is going to be one of the cutaway type things. And as for that one, I did not get my arrow back, which is fine. Most of the time, you're gonna lose your arrow anyway. So how much do I have? Can I craft this yet? No, I am still 6 short. Alright. Let me just go off and do some hunting. Ah, yes. One of the early things in this game that hates you, besides the wolf, are these guys, the Tyrannus or whatever the hell it is. These guys are chonky, or can be chonky. Drop in with one hit, but most of the time, I've noticed that with my first early game, also, you don't have to actually harvest them if you don't want to. If you just want to get your arrow back, just do that one. I'll touch on that little fella in a minute. Gonna harvest the guy real quick. So, my first time trying to play this, my first game that I got absolutely destroyed by those guys a lot. Knife keeps breaking. Sometimes it's better just to make 2 knives so you can go that route. Alright, so where did you go, little one? So this little feller over here. You can tame stuff. You can tame these guys. If you see something walking around with a little juvenile one like this, if you kill the parent, come over to it, hit F, you're going to lead the creature, but then you got to start feeding the creature, and you'll tame it, and it takes forever. Well, it did the times that I tried doing it. Also, you don't have to keep them alive. And since we're kind of on a time crunch here, I missed. Yeah, these guys don't run away or attack you, they just kind of stand there, so you can just do the thing. Gonna find that other one that I saw over here. Also, I've noticed that if you just hang out by the side of water, you're gonna see a lot of animals coming and going and going and coming, and always too soon, and then... I heard you. Oh, there's a wolf there. I only need 2 more hide. So I shot him, didn't kill him. Oops. Ow. Ow, just stab him. Ooh, not good. There we go. Twofer. That is definitely going to help us get all the hide we need. Cool. Just going to do this real quick. Broke it again. Repair that. We're going to come over here, build our bedroll. Once that is done, shows up over here. We're going to deploy. And I'm just going to plop this right in here. A word of advice, though, for this one. Be very, very careful.
How you build, that's up to you. So long as you learn the basics, your chances are the same as anyone else. And I get paid.
Is he done? So be very careful where you put your bedroll. Also, you can set this as your spawn point when you put it down. Look at it, hold F, you'll do that. If you sleep overnight, you have to have a campfire that is turned on, and it will provide whatever for you. The problem is, if I do this, if I enter my bed, it'll tell you, the time of day is correct, but you need a campfire that's lit. And all players must be in bed on the server before you can sleep all the way through the night. So I'm going to do something. So when I exited my bed, look where I'm standing, right on my damn thing. So that'd be bad. So as a demonstration, I'm going to keep that open. I'm going to put some wood in here, light that up. I'm going to enter the bed. As you can see now, 08 to 07, but as of right now, it says time of day up in the top, or the top right corner says 7:02, so we're good on that one. So I'm gonna have to exit the bed, and I'm gonna go right on the fire, and I am on fire. Fire is no joke in this game. No joke in this game, as you can see. So what had happened here, I slept, I woke up, I lit myself on fire on the campfire, and then I lit myself from me. Everything else is also on fire now because of that. And this stuff does spread exponentially too. If I had any closer vegetation to it, it would have been lit up too, and it would have just kept spreading. It's actually terrifying, but it's really cool at the same time. So we're going to end this one up by going back to our dropship. We're going to end this like we would any other mission. You have to end by the time, you have to be in your dropship by the time the timer hits 0. So I'm going to go to my map. That is this guy right here. I'm going to double click on there just so I can get myself a little bit better of a viewer. See where I'm going. So the top of the screen above my timer, you can see the red triangle. There is no icon because I'm not close enough to it. If my dropship were closer, like right there, now it's going to drop in there. I always just put myself like a little icon there just so I can know kind of where I'm going. Also, if you're like me and you're curious how long you've been on this mission, I've been on here for about 35 minutes. So, it's cool. Alright, so before I get in there, if you are to the point where you have other stuff that you've brought to the surface, if you have like an axe or a pickaxe or something like that that you have crafted, bought, made, whatever, and brought down here, make sure it is on your person or in your dropship cargo. Otherwise, it's going to stay here and you don't get it back. None of this stuff can be brought back, only the stuff that you bring with you, from what I can tell. So, we are going to return to station. Gonna hit yes. Returning to orbit will settle your claim on this drop and delete all items you are currently carrying and leave your mounts and pets behind. You can return, but we'll start with a fresh inventory and dropship. We are good. We're gonna leave. So on the left side, top left says mission complete. It'll tell you what you've earned. So we did this on hard, so we have a reward of 38 because it was a plus 50%. It would have only been 25 had we done it without being on hard difficulty. The thing is, you can do this again if you want to, because everything in this game is so expensive. So expensive. That 38 Ren's not really going to do much of anything for us to begin with. So if you want to do that one like 2-3 times, just the faster you get at it, the better off it's going to be for you. So now that we have this guy, I'm going to click dude. I'm going to hit select character. It's going to take you back to this one. So I have all of this available through all the stuff I've done from my last one. So I'm going to go into loadout. Again, loadout is everything that you owned. So what I was saying on the last one, before I ended that last one, if I had taken this axe down there and I had left it on the planet, it's gone unless I get insurance. So don't leave your stuff behind. All right. So this has been pretty lengthy, so I'm going to leave it on that one. I'm going to go through all of my usual stuff I do for my Take a Look Tuesday series. I'm going to go through the UI, environmental interaction, fun factor, and replay value. So I do like the UI. The part where the stick fell through the environment, that happens quite a bit actually, and I don't like that. I can't think of a single person who would like that. Other than that, I like how the UI reads out. I like how everything is not all up in your face. It's kind of small and just kind of discreet, but you can still read it legibly. It's not too difficult. For me anyway. I don't know about anybody else. Environmental interactions. There is a lot of stuff that you can do. I didn't even really scratch on the surface of anything. The berries, you can pick those up just to eat them. Soybeans, you can cook them and eat them. Break them down later for oil and things. The carrot, you can cook that and you'll get a buff from it, or you can eat it raw without a buff. It'll just be a very temporary thing. So the environment has a lot of interactability, along with mines and mines and other things. You can go and find metal inside of caves and things like that. You can mine stuff that way, mine exotics when you get to that point. The animals that attack you, there's a fair bit amount of them that will. There's also a lot that will not. They'll just run from you. You get different meat types and everything from different types of animals if you do it correctly. But yeah, so that's a good one. Fun factor, I found this game to be a blast. It's playing solo is fun, but it's very challenging, especially if you're trying to play on hard and do some other very higher level stuff. doing things by yourself is a challenge, especially if you're also doing boss battles and things. But yeah, that's for a different day, I think. So replay value. So restarting with this character right here kind of took me back to when I first started. I was like, man, this game was hard when you first start out. But then the more you go out there, you go to your workshop, you have all of these things right here that you can unlock. So you can unlock better envirosuits, better armor, backpacks, some modules you can put inside of your envirosuits as long as they have a module spot that can do different things for you. This thing right here is one of the very first things that I should have probably done. This will take your dropship and put it right at your feet, wherever you throw it, basically. So if you're at the very end of a mission and you just want to get rid of it and get done and not run all the way back across the map, who does? Not this guy. Throw it down there and it'll bring it to you. It's awesome. So you can get better axes, pickaxes, knives, spears, sickles, hammers, bows, crossbows, firearms, deployables, farming, consumables, extraction, resources, creatures, and Norex. I don't know what the hell that is. That must be new. That is new. That is, yeah. I don't know what that is. I'll check out that later. So you got creatures you can unlock, which is dumb. So what I mean by things are very expensive. So this pickaxe right here was $75 just to unlock a brand new pickaxe. Very basic level pickaxe. $75 just to research it. And then another $25 to craft it. Yeah. So on that last one, we got, what, 38? And that was on hard mode. So we got plus a 50%. So that wasn't even enough to research this. So keep that in mind. You might have to do things a couple times. Very basic level stuff. So yeah, this game is a lot of fun. I enjoy my time in this game. If you played this game, you have any feedback for anybody watching? Again, obviously, I'm not a professional at this. I'm not trying to give like a how-to, even though I really kind of did a step-by-step of how I was doing it. That's not really something that should be taken into like how-to territory. But yes, have you played this game? Do you enjoy this game? Hop in the comments. Let's have a discussion about Icarus. But that is going to do it for this episode of Take a Look Tuesday. My name is Chris for Comfy Chair Gaming. You can find me on Twitter at Comfy Chair Gamer, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, survivors.